Welcome back to Hilaal Live. Now, the Muslim Judicial Council was this week part of a religious band of leaders that spoke regarding the current taxi strike, which is hurting the city of Cape Town. Joining us now to discuss this is the president of the MJC, Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams. Sheikh Irfaan, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah so much for joining us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh Irfaan, let's talk about obviously the discussions that were happening. I don't think anyone needs a reminder of currently what's happening in Cape Town, but just from a religious leader's perspective, how important was that meeting?
Yeah, I think the meeting was an interfaith prayer service. It was held at the St. Joseph Cathedral in Cape Town. And it was very important to have reunited our religious leaders to all focus on the current situation in Cape Town. Because before things get more and more and more out of hand, we need to bring to some sort of control so there can be safety and security and stability now in our province. And yes, there was a main objective of praying together. I feel we are one unit, one community. In spite of our diversity, we are still one community. And we did it beautifully in the Cathedral Church yesterday.
Sheikh Irfaan, I think we need to understand just how important the taxi industry is in Cape Town, given so many people use this form of transport to get to different places. So I think the importance of it needs to be stressed, isn't it? Because without the taxi industry, the economy of Cape Town and Western Cape does get hurt.
There's no doubt about that. The taxi industry plays an important role in our community. Good services, important service, even though many agree with the way how they drive, how they use the road, that's a different issue. But that should be discussed. We have no doubt about that. But unfortunately, what I'm saying is, no doubt about they play important role in the development of our community and the important role in the industry of Cape Town and South Africa at large. No doubt about that. They're an important component.
Yeah, Sheikh Irfaan, during the discussion, I mean, how important was it that there was a consensus between the different religious leaders? Because, yes, there may be disagreements on a lot of things, but I think when it comes to the well-being of the residents of Cape Town, this was an important meeting, wasn't it?
Obviously, with the taxes, the violence going on in the town, affect everybody. And as a religious leaders, we all work together. We're an interfaith community. We are well represented, and everybody's well represented. So we know one another very well. All the religious leaders in the Western Cape. We normally have meetings during the year, and we have a good meeting with each other, and there's good understanding among us, all of us. I can tell you, whether they are Christian, whether they are Jews, whether they are Hindus, we have a fantastic relationship among one another, all of us. So when it comes to crucial issues that affect the entire community, we stand together, we talk, and we look at what the best solution and resolution we can find in order to move forward.
Let me introduce the other, one of your colleagues there, Sheikh. Maybe he can just introduce himself to us and, of course, talk to us about, him being there as an observer and also his take on how that meeting had happened.
Yeah, his name is Imam Muhammad Saleh Isaacs, and he's very active in the MJC departments.
Imam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah for also being part of this conversation. Imam, you were there with Sheikh Irfaan. Talk to us about the importance of this meeting and just how important is it that these religious leaders are on the same page to try and stop this violence that is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got some, when I was sitting there, you get a sense of, our struggles, our 1976, 86 struggles, our history. Remember those days, it was very important for the different leaders to come together, and now it was the same. We've been working together side by side for many years now, the interfaith community, simply because we serve the same community. If you look, for example, in Saudi State, it has a diverse group of Muslims and non-Muslims living in the same space. And many times they use the same taxis, they use the same transport. So it's very important for and also for the public, for the 60,000, 60 million South Africans to see front page on TV, for example, or in the media, when they see the faith leaders stand together, then they know there's some unity amongst us. So we can take this unity and then we can sit next to or have a negotiation with taxi associations and say, listen here, we are standing together as faith leaders. We are concerned about our commuters, which are Muslims and non-Muslims. And when they see these visuals, it gives them a sense, listen here, we're dealing with a strong contingent of the partnership. So it encourages them, to come to the table and renegotiate for the sake of, calmness and peace in Cape Town.
Imam Isaacs, as we speak right now, both Santaco and a local government within the Western Cape province and the city of Cape Town are still in the negotiating phase. It's still going to be a long way before before a resolution is concluded. But what are you hoping as the MJC? I want to get both you, Imam Isaacs, and Sheikh Abrahams, that you guys are wanting to come out of this so there can be a sense of normalcy that comes back to that part of the country.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a form of stages and steps, but this interfaith prayer meeting yesterday on Women's Day was important. Step one, show, one. We are one South Africa. It was very important. We had the likes of Alan Busak there as well, and some other strong leadership anti-apartheid strugglers who showed their presence and saying the same voice. We can do this. We can come together as one South Africa, and whatever the challenges are, come to the table. So the next phase, obviously, is our faith leaders. They're going to have, obviously, more interfaith programs, strengthen that, that relationship, so we can, encourage our taxi association to come to the table, speak to the Western Cape government for the sake of the community.
Sheikh Abrahams, I want to get your final word on this.
Yeah, I think it's a very challenging time for all of us. And I will appeal to my brothers in the townships and those taxi owners, whether they're Muslim, non-Muslim, doesn't matter, to come to the table. It's not always that we get 100% what we want, but we get most of the things that we want. That should be something achievable. And I feel that the appeal to my beloved brothers in the township, the owners of the taxi owners, to please calm the situation. We don't do add violence to anything. We say strike, we strike, but violence is something different. We need to always promote safety and security and stability in our country. If that is not to be found, again, all the money in the world, it means nothing to you. So I appeal to all our brothers and sisters in the township, in our areas, in all the areas, wherever they are, wherever they come from, to add something to bring safety, security, and stability to our community.
Inshallah, I mean, we hope that does happen, of course.
If I can just add to what Sheikh is saying as well. Remember, it was an interfaith program yesterday, but I want to tell your viewers that the Taxi Association, Santaco, they were present there as well. They were present there. It shows a positive sign that they want to come to the table. They want to have maybe negotiate their demand, etc., etc. But the fact that they attended the prayer service at St. George's Cathedral is a positive sign. It means they are willing. We just need to, find the strengths and the weakness, obviously, and see how this can be a win-win situation.
But I think that's a good thing, the fact that they are proactive in wanting to come towards that interfaith meeting shows that they want to find a solution to this. Sheikh Irfaan, Imam Isaacs, we'd like to say Jazakallah so much to you for making time for us here on Hilaal Live.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, as we stand right now, those negotiations are still ongoing between the Western Cape local government, the city of Cape Town, and of course, Santaco. After the break, I'll have your latest in news. Do stay tuned.